Hi you guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how I recreated Taylor Swift's Blank Spaces makeup. I thought it was so beautiful how she used tones of navy blue and brown to create such a dramatic look. So to start off, I'm going to be using a little bit of Carmex to moisturize my lips, and then just pull my hair out of my face so that I can apply my makeup. For my facial primer, I'm going to be using my Tarte Amizonian Clay Facial Primer. This is really nice for me because I have a little bit of acne and this contains a little bit of salicylic acid in it. So for any of you girls out there who do suffer from acne, this is nice because it helps prevent it. For my foundation, I am using my Covergirl 3-in-1. This is in the shade 842, which I believe is something like beige ivory. But I like this because I have very oily skin and this helps just keep me matte all day. So with my Real Techniques flat top buffer brush, I'm just going to be buffering this into my skin. When I look at Taylor's makeup, it's very flawless and very doll-like, so I wanted to make sure that I had a very porcelain look and that I was full coverage as well. Since I'm going for a very porcelain doll-like look, I'm going to be using my best full coverage concealer, and that's my MAC Pro Longwear NW20. And I'm going to be applying this with my ring finger to my under eye circles, as well as to the bridge of my nose and a little bit onto my forehead. Those areas are more just for highlighting since this is a little bit lighter. And I'm also going to be applying it just to any blemishes. So I have a few on my chin and so on and so forth. Now to blend in my concealer, I'm just going to be also taking my Real Techniques flat top buffer brush, and I'm just going to be kind of blending this in the best that I can and just making sure that there's no lines or anything like that. Now to set my foundation as I have it so far, I'm just going to be using my Urban Decay D-Slick. This is for you oily girls out there, and it just makes sure that your makeup stays on and stays put for as long as it can. Now moving on to eyes, before I even apply my eyeshadows, I'm going to be applying my Lorac Behind the Scenes eyeshadow primer, and I'm just going to be applying this all over my lid as well into my brow bone because I'm going to be applying eyeshadows there as well. For my eyeshadows, I'm going to be using the Lorac Pro Palette, and I'm going to be first using Buff, and I'm just going to be taking a fluffy brush and applying this all over my lid as well as into my brow bone. I'm doing this just because I have such pigmented eyeshadows that I really want them to stand out, so I want to have a really nice clean base. For my all over eye color, I'm going to be using the color light brown, and I'm just going to be taking a fluffy brush again and just applying this all over my lid so that once again my colors really stand out, and this is also going to work as a lot of my crease color. Now with a flat shader brush, I'm going to be taking the color Navy, which is a beautiful navy blue color, and I'm just going to be applying this into my outer corner into like a V formation. Now in the video, the lighting is a really pretty blue, and I believe that's why I got the inspiration to put blue in here. But it could be some type of darker color, but if you don't want to use such a bold color such as navy, a darker brown or even a black would work. Now with a big fluffy brush, I'm just going to make sure that this is blended out into my crease and make sure that there's no harsh lines. This is a very smoky look, so I want to make sure that I don't have any harsh lines and that it's just really blended. To brighten the look up, I'm going to be taking a mixture of beige and snow, and I'm just going to be taking a flat shader brush and applying this onto my lid. And I'm going to, this is just basically to help brighten up this look and make it a little softer. Once that's applied, I'm just going to be taking that big fluffy brush again and making sure that it's all blended out and so that there are no harsh lines. Now in the outer corner, I'm just going to be adding a little bit of the color black to make this a little bit darker. This is actually kind of more like a charcoal, like a deep charcoal gray than it is a true black. But I'm just going to be applying this under my outer corner and then blending it out with my big fluffy brush. As you can tell, this brush has been used quite a lot, and I recommend fluffy brushes to anyone that uses dark colors like this. Taking that black color and a angled brush, I'm just going to be applying this to my waterline as a little bit of a eyeliner. You can use a gel eyeliner or anything like that, but I just liked how an eyeshadow was more of a smoky look. And I'm going to be applying a little bit of buff again into my brow bone as well as into my inner corners to highlight everything. For eyeliner, I'm using my STILA waterproof eyeliner in black, and I'm just going to be applying this and making a little bit of a cat eye. Hers was a little bit more dramatic, but for the sake of this, I wanted to just be as comfortable as I could with the cat eye that I'm used to. So I'm just going to be applying this and winging it out. Now for mascara, I'm going to be using my favorite duo right now, and that's the Tarte's Lights Camera Lashes Mascara as well as the Best in Faux Lashes Fiber Mascara. So I'm just going to be first applying the Lights Camera Lashes for just a coat, and I'm applying to my upper as well as my lower lashes. Once I have a coat of the Lights Camera Lashes, I'm going to be taking the Best in Faux Fiber Lashes, and I'm just going to be applying a small coat of that onto just my upper lashes. And then once that's done, I'm going to be applying a sealer coat of the Lights Camera Lashes, so it's a little bit of a process. Now moving on to my powder, I'm using the Lorac POREfection pressed powder, and I'm just going to be applying this and kind of pressing it into my face. I don't really like to brush it, but I like to a little bit more just pat it on. Taylor had a very bronzed look in her video, but I wanted to make sure I still used a blush. So this is MAC's Plum blush, and I'm just applying this to the apples of my cheeks very lightly just to give me a little bit of color, and I'm using my Real Techniques blush brush to apply this. Now I'm going to be using a lot of bronzer, so I'm using my Too Faced bronzer in Chocolate Solei. This is just like a medium deep, and I'm going to be applying this into the hollows of my cheeks to make sure that I have a little bit more of a contoured face. And I'm also going to be applying this to my temples and then just a little bit all over to give me a more bronzed look. Moving on to lips, I actually chose a different lip color than what Taylor had on. I was going more for the lip color at the end of the video when it was a little bit more plummy. So to outline my lips, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild, the color Icon lip pencil in Fab Fuchsia. And I'm just going to be outlining my lips. I'm not making them fuller or anything, and then I'm just going to be filling them in. I didn't want to make them any bigger because I didn't notice that Taylor's lips were any bigger than normal, so I was just going with my natural lip line. Once I have my lips all lined, I'm going to be using my Revlon Super Lustrous Lipstick in 477, which is Black Cherry. I love how dark this lipstick is. It's just so beautiful. And these are really, really moisturizing. So I'm just going to be applying this as I would normally apply my lipstick. So that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you guys have any questions about the makeup that I used or anything else, make sure you guys leave me a comment below. Also, for my hair, I just used a Hot Tools curling iron, and I just put it around the barrel instead of actually curling it, and it was a 1/4. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, if you have any questions, make sure you guys leave me a comment below. Make sure you guys check out my last video, and I'll have that link down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!